Hey guys, Brad the Buff. I got my buff in my head and I'm ready to go. Today I want to talk to you about the new system I got from an alcohol stove from Trail Designs. This is a caldera cone design that comes also as a pot holder. It is totally awesome and I want to talk to you about it in this video. So I currently do have an alcohol stove setup that I do like to use if I'm trying to go ultralight or I'm going to be backpacking for a long time. One reason to use an alcohol stove is the fuel is super easy to obtain, and also it is super ultralight. So you don't have any heavy, nothing can break down. It's also very simple. There's some obvious downsides. You know, you've got to, it doesn't boil quite as fast. Usually it's almost twice as long as anything that's using like isobutane or isopropane or whatever, you know, anything that's got forced gas behind it, but you don't get the extra weight from the container. My previous setup used, this is a Tok's alcohol stove, and I would just set it up like this. It's just got a little stand it goes on, it goes like this. You could set it up so it's a little bit higher up so it burns hotter, less efficient, and then I just use my this is my French press titanium cup that I use for just about everything, and I'd put it on here. And then I had a windscreen that just went around it like this to kind of protect it from the weather. And it was fine, but as you can see, my cup is really tall. That wasn't efficient for heating. I wanted something with a wider base. Also, it's just flimsy. Because my cup is so tall, sitting on top of this tiny little base, it could fall over. And that did happen on a couple trips, and that can cause a real problem when you've got burning alcohol and it tips over. It can catch things on fire. So I wanted to look for something that was more efficient, that was more stable, and what I found is this Trail Designs caldera cone. This thing is awesome. It's a one-piece windscreen. It rolls up and it fits inside of the pot. You have to buy the system because certain pots fit on top of certain things. But not only is it a windscreen, it also acts as the pot stand. So you can see this, there's a little piece here. It's one piece, it slides together, super easy. You set it down on the ground, and then the lip of your pot fits exactly into the top of this design. So it just goes snugly in there, and then there's just cutouts for your pot handle. So it fits perfect, and now you have a super stable windscreen and a super stable pot holder. And another thing I like about this is it does increase your efficiency greatly. I read a lot about these, and because it holds that heat in, you know, your heat goes straight up. It's got top vents where that heat is going to hit the bottom of my pot and kind of curl its way up and around, as opposed to if you just have a windscreen out, the heat's going to hit your pot and go straight up. This is going to hit it. It kind of caps here and it rolls around the vent, so it keeps that heat in, which gives you a quicker boil, which means you don't need as much alcohol fuel. So I can still use this with my Tok's alcohol stove, and I'll just put a little bit of alcohol in here real quick, just to kind of show you. I did this the other day and it took about 7.5 minutes to boil. There it's lit. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up that it's lit. There it's burning. And all I would do is I'd do that, and I would just, there we go. Now it's going pretty good. I'm sure you can see that. Fill this up with water. You can kind of grab the whole thing and just stick it right on top here. And it burned my fuel very efficiently. I only needed maybe a half an ounce to a little bit more than that, maybe 3/4 of an ounce, to bring this whole pot to a boil. 7.5 minutes. This is a nice big flat pot. This is a titanium Evernew. You know, it's got a lid, of course, but you know, really stable, really good setup, really efficient. I can still feel the heat coming out the sides, which is also nice if you're cold, because it's not so shaky, I'm not worried about hitting it. So if I'm out, I can warm my hands over it. So I love this stuff. I'm super excited that I have this. Like, look, there's a little bit of moisture left in there. It's already boiling it off. But another cool thing about this system There you go, you can kind of see the flame. And see how easy it is to pull the pot in and out? It's not like it's that hard. It just comes right in and out. It fits in there snug, but it doesn't fit so tight where it gets stuck to it. Another cool thing when they designed these is they made them to also work as a, if you wanted to burn wood in here and wanted it entrapped, you can put these stakes in. It's just meant to use with just about any kind of stake setup. And these stakes go into the side slot here to create a holder so that if you had a bigger system or you wanted to use wood, say you run out of alcohol and you needed a boil pot, now you've got a holder and you've got enough space underneath that you could build a wood fire and boil your water that way. I thought that was a super cool slight tweak to it. You can use just about any set of stakes, they'll work, and it goes right through here. Now you have a backup in the event that you run out of alcohol, you spill your alcohol, something happens to it, where I could use this as a wood burning stove, build a little fire underneath here, and then I could put my pot right on top of it and it would still be very efficient. I would still have a windscreen. So I'm really excited about this setup. It's super cool, it's super ultra lightweight. This pot is like maybe 3.5, 4 ounces, and the windscreen itself is less than an ounce. So it's not adding any weight to my setup at all. It's about the same weight that I had before, but it's going to be a lot more efficient. It's going to burn more fuel, and it's going to be a lot more stable. So if you're looking for a cool alcohol stove design, would highly recommend this Trail Designs Caldera Cone. Get the matching pot to go with it. They do sell it in sets. I actually bought this off of someone on the internet. I found it on a Facebook group that had this set up and I'd always wanted it, so I sold it. They gave me a couple extra pieces of gear with it, which was super cool. But anyways, this is my Trail Designs Caldera Cone. Really awesome for alcohol stoves. Always great to have an alcohol stove in your kit. Hope this explanation helped, and I'll see you guys next video. Hey guys, if you liked the video you just saw, please subscribe, click the bell so you can get alerted for any new videos that I may do, and check the links below for any information I described in the video. I'll try to put as much there as possible. Thanks for watching.